The summer after 8th grade was supposed to be about the regional swim meet. My wife, Ava, had finally cleared her schedule. For the first time, she was going to watch her daughter, Chloe, compete in the backstroke finals. But we weren't even in the stands for 10 minutes before her phone buzzed. A hushed, urgent conversation, and then she was gone. Chloe saw her leave. During the race, distracted and looking for her mother in the empty seat beside me, she missed her turn. She didn't just lose first place. The shock and devastation triggered an acute cerebral stroke. The only thing that could save her was a specialized, fast-acting medication. It was in Ava's Hermes purse. Her phone went straight to voicemail. When I finally got through, it wasn't Ava who answered. It was Leo Vance, her college ex.
"Ethan, my man. What's up?"
He said, his voice slick with condescension.
"Ava's in the shower."
My mind short-circuited. I didn't have time to process why another man was in her hotel room while she showered. All I could think about was my daughter. "Leo, listen to me. Ava's purse, the Hermes one. There's medication inside for Chloe's stroke. I need her to bring it. Now, it's life or death." Ava's voice, cold and sharp, came on the line.
Ethan, will you ever stop? Lying about our daughter just to pick a fight over Leo? You're pathetic.
Then she hung up and blocked my number. All my calls, all my texts gone into the void. The ambulance rushed Chloe to the local hospital. The clock was ticking, a window of minutes and hours closing fast, and I couldn't reach my wife. Finally, in a sterile white room that smelled of antiseptic, my daughter closed her eyes forever. The backstroke was Chloe's event. She'd been the reigning champ at the Summer League for 3 years straight. This year, Ava had promised, sworn, she'd be there to see her win. But one call from Leo, and that promise evaporated. I can still see the look on Chloe's face as her mom walked away. She turned to me, her voice a small, wounded whisper.
"Daddy, does Mommy not like me anymore? She promised."
I wrapped my arm around her trembling shoulders. "Of course she does, sweetie. She just had an emergency. Had to run to the restroom. She'll be right back, I swear. You go get ready." But Ava never came back. Not before the race. Not after. Chloe, her rhythm broken and her spirit crushed, got a leg cramp on the final lap. For the first time in years, she finished third. When she got out of the pool and saw the empty seat next to me, she knew. That's when it happened. The stroke. People scrambled, calling 911. But I knew what it was. An old, terrifying condition lying in wait. And the one person with a cure thought I was playing games.
"We're not equipped for this."
The ER doctor said, shaking his head as he looked at Chloe's chart.
"By the time we could transfer her to a major trauma center, it might be too late."
I told him about the medication. His eyes lit up.
"Get it. If you can get that drug administered within the next 3 hours, we have a chance. A real chance."
Leaving Chloe in his care, I grabbed an Uber and raced to Ava's corporate headquarters in downtown Manhattan. Lou Global Holdings. She blocked me, but she couldn't block her executive assistant. As the CEO, Ava had to be reachable. Her assistant, Nancy, saw me coming and blanched. She tried to dodge me.
"I'm sorry, Mr. Miller. I don't know where she is."
"Don't lie to me, Nancy."
"Please, you're making a scene. I really don't know."
I finally cornered her by the women's restroom. My voice cracked. "Nancy, please. You know how sweet Chloe is. You know about her condition. If she dies, a piece of that is on you. Can you live with that? A 14-year-old girl just got accepted into the honors program at Stuyvesant, and her life is just over." Tears welled in her eyes. She broke, scribbling an address on a sticky note. The St. Regis Hotel, the same place Leo was staying. I didn't let my mind go there. I couldn't. All that mattered was the medicine. The front desk clerk refused to give me the room number.
"Sir, I cannot violate our guests' privacy."
I pulled out my wallet, slapping my ID and our marriage certificate on the marble countertop. "My wife is in a room upstairs with another man. Give me a key card, or my next call is to the NYPD to report an adulterous situation that might be a kidnapping. Your choice." She reluctantly gave me the key. I burst through the door to find Ava and Leo huddled together, looking down at a cat carrier on the bed. Inside was a tabby cat with a splint on its leg. They jumped, startled.
Ethan? How did you get in here?
Ava demanded, her voice a furious hiss.
Are you stalking me? What is wrong with you?
She continued, her anger building.
You're so obsessed with Leo that you'd abandon our daughter just to come here and cause a scene?
Her beautiful face was twisted with rage. Any other time, I might have found it striking. Now it just made me sick. Forget all that. I pleaded, my voice raw. Chloe had a stroke. She's in the hospital. I need the medication from your bag. Now, Ava, it's the only one we have. She rose to her full height, her posture radiating ice. You know how serious her condition is. It could be fatal at any time. Give me the damn medicine. I lunged for her purse on the chair, but she snatched it away. Leo smirked.
Come on, Ethan. If you're going to act out, at least don't use your daughter's life as a prop.
You son of a bitch. I lunged for him, but Ava stepped between us.
What do you think you're doing? If Leo hadn't warned me, I might have actually fallen for it.
She sneered.
This is a new low. Even for you. This whole drama, just to keep me away from him.
She thought it was a performance. My God, our daughter was dying. Ava, I'm not lying. I begged, my voice breaking. She's going to die. If we don't get that medicine to the hospital in the next 3 hours, she will die. I know I pull stuff sometimes, Ava, but not this. I would never do this. I was unraveling, but she stood there, unmoved, her impatience hardening into a mask of disgust.
This is because I didn't stay for the swim meet, isn't it?
She said.
Is this your idea, or did you put Chloe up to it? Chloe wins every time. Every single time. It doesn't matter if I'm there or not. Leo had an emergency. Marbles broke his leg. I had to be here. Can't you understand that for once?
Leo, the picture of faux sincerity, chimed in.
Ethan, Ava only came because Marbles means the world to us. He's all we have left from before. If anything happened to him, I don't know what I'd do. Ava was worried about me.
He stroked the cat.
Besides, Chloe's a champion. She's young and healthy. How could she possibly have a stroke? It's just her old condition flaring up. You're using it to manipulate Ava. It's seriously messed up, man.
I couldn't take it anymore. I screamed at him to get out of my way, but the coward just shrank behind Ava, clutching the cat carrier like a shield. Ava moved instinctively to protect them both.
That's enough, Ethan.
She snapped.
Marbles has a broken leg, and Leo almost fell out of a window trying to save him. These are real problems. Can you get some perspective? Stop trying to hurt people who are actually in pain just because you're feeling jealous. Don't you have a heart? Look at this poor cat. Look at how scared Leo is.
I was shaking with a rage so pure it felt like a fire in my veins. I wanted to tear Leo apart. But Chloe was running out of time. I held up my hands in a gesture of surrender, forcing my voice into a low, calm tone. Ava, you've known me for 15 years. If this were a game, don't you think I would have stopped by now? Would I really gamble with our daughter's life just to win an argument with you? The medicine is expensive, I know, but it's for Chloe. She's your daughter, too. For a second, a flicker of doubt crossed her face. I saw her waver. But then Leo cried out.
Ava. Look. I think Marbles is having a stress reaction. He's not moving. He's foaming at the mouth. Oh my God, Ava, I think Ethan's shouting scared him. He was already traumatized from the fall. I've heard stress reactions can kill a cat in minutes.
Ava's head whipped around. The cat was twitching, a line of drool on its chin. Her face went pale.
Quick, Leo, get him in the car. We have to get to the emergency vet now.
They scrambled for the door, a frantic blur of motion, not even bothering to check out. I ran after them, but as I reached the elevator, Leo shot me a triumphant smirk and hit the door close button. The door slid shut, leaving me behind. I pounded on the steel, screaming her name. Ava, the medicine. Don't forget the medicine. In a panic, I found the emergency stairs and sprinted down 3 flights to a terrace overlooking the hotel entrance. I saw them getting into a town car below. Ava! I screamed, my voice echoing off the surrounding buildings. The medicine, please. Our daughter is dying. I'm begging you. When she still hesitated, I dropped to my knees on the cold concrete, right there on the terrace, in full view of the street. People stopped and stared, pointing. A security guard started running towards the stairwell, probably thinking I was about to jump. Ava paused, her hand on the car door. I saw her start to reach for her purse. But then Leo's voice, laced with manufactured panic, cut through the air.
Oh my God, he's coughing up blood. Marbles is coughing up blood. We're going to lose him, Ava. He's the only thing we have left of us. We couldn't be together, but when I look at Marbles, I see you. I see what we had. What am I going to do, Ava?
A grown man, Leo, actually squeezed out a tear.
Think about it.
He pressed, his voice a venomous whisper.
Chloe is a competitive swimmer. An athlete. Young, strong. Does it make any sense that she'd suddenly be on death's door? This is just Ethan trying to guilt you into coming home. He's holding your love for Chloe hostage. Please, Ethan.
He yelled up at me.
Stop emotionally blackmailing her. Let her save this innocent animal's life.
He was crying now, a full-on performance. More believable than my raw, ragged desperation. That was all it took. Ava's face hardened.
I almost fell for it again.
She yelled, her voice dripping with contempt.
You were right, Leo. Chloe's a champion athlete. He couldn't even come up with a believable lie. Let's go. If anything happens to Marbles because of this delay, Ethan, I will never, ever forgive you.
She glared up at me one last time before sliding into the car. It sped away, leaving me on my knees as two security guards grabbed my arms.
Easy there, son.
One of them said, hauling me to my feet.
Whatever she did, it's not worth ending it all. A little cheating happens. Life goes on.
They were dragging me downstairs when my phone rang. It was the hospital.
Mr. Miller? It's Dr. Evans. You need to get back here. Your daughter. She's failing.
I shoved the guards away, ignoring their shouts as I sprinted into the street, flagging down a cab with frantic waves. I made it back just in time to say goodbye.
Daddy,
She whispered, her breath shallow.
does Mommy not like me anymore? Does she only like Uncle Leo?
Tears streamed down my face. I choked on a sob. No, sweetie, no. Mommy loves you so much. She had a very important emergency. A faint, sad smile touched her lips.
Don't lie, Daddy. I know. I'm not as important as Uncle Leo.
No, Chloe, that's not true. Your mom, she really loves you. But she was gone. My arms were empty. A primal scream tore from my throat, a sound of pure agony that echoed in the silent, sterile room. She was just a kid, and in her last moments, all she could think about was how little her mother loved her. I handled the arrangements myself. I didn't call Ava. I sat for a full day with the small, polished wooden box containing her ashes, my mind a hollow cavern of grief. My daughter was gone. My heart was gone with her. I looked up at the sky, seeing Chloe's bright, laughing face in the clouds. So smart, such a gifted swimmer. She could have been an Olympian, a scholar, anything she wanted. And she was dead. Why? Because she was my daughter. And in Ava's world, that made her disposable. If she had been Leo's daughter, would things have been different? A week later, Ava found me. She appeared at my door as if nothing had happened.
Dad's 70th birthday is next Wednesday. I expect you and Chloe to be there. Dress nicely. And get him a decent gift. I transferred you 10 grand. Don't make us look cheap.
She left before I could say a word. 2 hours later, a notification popped up on my phone, a $10,000 deposit from Lou Global. I laughed, a bitter, empty sound. She thought she could just buy her way back in, smooth everything over with money, as if we were just employees to be managed. I'll be there with Chloe, I thought, a cold resolve hardening in my chest. You can count on it. Ava and I met in college. She was a force of nature, brilliant, poised, the president of the student government. I never imagined someone like me could even get her attention. She was luminous, delivering speeches with an easy confidence. Her sharp intellect matched only by her stunning looks. Half the guys on campus were in love with her, myself included. Then Leo Vance arrived, a charismatic freshman, a decade younger but oozing charm. Ava took him under her wing. Soon, the campus was buzzing with rumors about the two of them. I saw them together, laughing, close, and the sight was a physical pain. It was a brutal reminder of my own inadequacy. I didn't give up. I became her most loyal lieutenant in the student government, content to be in her orbit. My roommates call me a simp.
We don't get your whole knight in shining armor routine, man.
One of them said.
We heard she and that freshman Leo got wasted and went back to his dorm last night.
The words were like a punch to the gut. My perfect image of her was cracked. Everything changed when Leo left to study abroad. They broke up. One night, Ava found me, drunk and heartbroken. She draped her arms around my neck, her breath warm against my ear.
You've been in love with me for 3 years, haven't you?
Everyone knew. Everyone but her. Now that she'd said it, there was no point in denying it. After I admitted it, she looked at me with a strange intensity.
I'll give you a chance.
She murmured.
Take me to a hotel.
We spent the night together, but I didn't touch her. In the morning, she woke up and saw her clothes were untouched. When I came back from the bathroom, she was staring at me, her eyes seeing right through me.
You love me.
She said, not as a question, but as a statement.
Like, deep in your bones, you love me.
I didn't answer.
You had your chance last night.
She continued.
But you didn't do anything. Not because you didn't want to, but because you were afraid of ruining my image in your head.
She smiled, a slow, genuine smile.
I told you I'd give you a chance.
From that day on, we were together. My roommates were floored. One of them made a crack about me, getting her sloppy seconds, and I broke his nose for it. The fight got me kicked out of student government. When Ava found out, she came to comfort me. After graduation, we got married. I went to work for her family's massive corporation. I loved her enough to become the stay-at-home husband to her powerhouse CEO, to live in her world under her family's thumb. We had Chloe. She was perfect, a tiny, beautiful reflection of her mother. For a while, we were happy. And then Leo came back. He showed up with Marbles, the tabby cat they had adopted together in college. The day he returned, Ava left Chloe in the middle of her vaccinations to go see him. For the next 2 years, a single text from Leo was enough to pull her away from us. Our doorman started giving me sympathetic looks, once asking if Mrs. Liu had a new husband, since some other guy was always picking her up. I didn't fight. I didn't complain. For Chloe. For our family. Ava's family was overbearing, and she had inherited their aggressive, dominant nature. I accepted that. But every time she chose him over us, a piece of my heart chipped away. I thought about divorce, but I couldn't do that to Chloe. I told myself Ava would change. I'd wait until Chloe was older. Chloe finished elementary school. I waited. She started middle school. I waited. I tried to talk to Ava, to fight for us, but it always ended with her dismissing me. I pinned my hopes on the future. Once Chloe finished middle school, once she won the regionals, maybe then Ava would finally come back to us. Now Chloe was dead. My heart was dead. There was nothing left to wait for. It was time to give her back to the man she so clearly belonged with. The day of Mr. Liu's 70th birthday arrived. The Liu family estate in Greenwich was a spectacle of opulence, teeming with the city's elite. After a series of self-congratulatory speeches from Ava's father and uncles, it was her turn. She took the stage, Leo right beside her, giving her a supportive hug. To anyone who didn't know better, he looked like the proud husband. After her speech, the buzz in the room turned to Chloe.
I heard Ava's daughter won the qualifying race for the junior nationals. Is she going to win it all? I heard she's so good, Stanford is already scouting her. She could get a full athletic scholarship, skip high school altogether. A phoenix like Ava could only have a phoenix for a daughter.
My father-in-law, Mr. Liu, beamed with pride.
That's my granddaughter, a true heir to her mother's talent. Thank you all.
He turned to Ava.
Speaking of which, where is Chloe? If she doesn't get here soon, her grandpa is going to be very upset. It's my big day, how dare she be late?
Ava, looking annoyed, pulled out her phone to call me. Just then, I walked into the grand hall. Alone. Her face soured when she saw me. It got worse when she took in my wrinkled clothes and the pale, gaunt look on my face.
Ethan, what the hell is this? I told you to dress up. I gave you money.
She hissed.
You show up to my father's birthday looking like this?
Leo stepped forward.
Hey, Ethan, I know you're mad at me, but you don't have to take it out on your father-in-law. Look how upset you're making Ava.
I stared at him, my eyes like chips of ice. You know he's my father-in-law? I was starting to think you'd already taken that title, too. A flicker of malice crossed his face before he hid it, retreating to Ava's side like a wounded puppy.
Ava, see? He's being impossible.
Ava ignored him, her gaze fixed on me.
Where is Chloe? Did you not bring her?
I gave a short, bitter laugh. You remember you have a daughter named Chloe? I was beginning to wonder. Her face went cold.
Ethan, just because I went to help Leo with marbles, you're going to do this? You're going to hide our daughter to embarrass me on my father's birthday?
So you do know what you did? I said, my voice dangerously soft. Leo jumped in again.
Ava works herself to the bone to provide for you and Chloe. The least you could do is show some understanding. Do you even deserve to be her husband?
And you deserve to speak? I shot back. Don't make me slap you.
Ethan, that is enough.
Ava lunged at me, her hand raised to strike. In front of her entire family, all her guests, she was going to hit me. Before, I would have taken it. I would have swallowed my pride for Chloe's sake. But Chloe was gone. The reason for my silence was gone. I caught her wrist, and, with a force that surprised us both, I slapped her across the face. The room fell silent. That, I said, each word a piece of stone, was for Chloe. You don't deserve to be her mother. A collective gasp went through the crowd. The quiet, compliant, stay-at-home husband who had lived in their shadow for 12 years had just assaulted the heir to the Lou fortune at her father's birthday party.
Ethan, you've lost your mind.
One of her uncles shouted. Ava stared at me, her hand on her cheek, her eyes wide with disbelief. In all our years together, through all her betrayals, I had never laid a hand on her. This was the first time, and the last. It wasn't for me. It was for Chloe. I had endured every humiliation. But Chloe's death was an injustice I would not let stand.
Ethan.
She finally stammered, her eyes filling with rage.
I missed one swim meet. One. She wins every time. It's not a big deal, but marbles could have died. How can you be so heartless?
Yeah.
Leo added, puffing out his chest.
You hit Ava? You're not a real man. If it wasn't for Mr. Lou's birthday, I'd take you outside right now.
The entire Lou clan glared at me, then looked at Leo with something approaching approval. He was one of them. I was the outsider who had finally shown his true colors.
Divorce him.
Mr. Lou thundered, his face purple with rage.
We don't need a son-in-law like this. He's a disgrace.
Exactly, Ava.
Leo urged.
You should have left him years ago. A man like that can't be a good influence on Chloe.
Mr. Lou pointed a trembling finger at me.
You came to us with nothing, begging to marry my daughter. And now you dare strike her? I want you out of our lives. You'll leave with nothing, you hear me? Not even custody of Chloe.
For years, I had sacrificed my pride, my career, my identity for her. I had tolerated her emotional affair with Leo, all for the sake of our family, for Chloe. And this was what I got. A strange sense of peace washed over me. It was over. Fine, I said, looking at Mr. Lou, at Leo, at all of them, my gaze finally resting on Ava's stunned face. As you wish. Let's get a divorce. Leo scoffed.
You're just saying that. You think this gets you off the hook for hitting Ava? The Lou family won't let this go. I won't let this go.
Don't change the subject, Ethan.
Ava snapped, cradling her cheek.
You think a divorce means you get Chloe? After this stunt, you're not fit to be her guardian. I should have taken over her training years ago. You're not even as good a man as Leo.
She took a deep breath, trying to regain control.
You come to my father's 70th birthday. You bring no gift, you humiliate me, and then you hide my daughter. Whatever. You want to leave, then leave. But Chloe is my daughter too. This is her grandfather's party. Stop this ridiculous game, and bring her here. We'll settle our issues after the party is over.
Our daughter, I said, my voice dripping with contempt. You have the gall to call her your daughter? Do you even deserve to?
What is that supposed to?
I cut her off with a chilling smile. You want Chloe to be here? She'll be here any second. A flicker of relief crossed Ava's face.
She's outside.
She started to move towards the door. The whole family, even Leo, perked up, eager to see the prodigy who was their family's latest claim to fame. Leo even called out,
Chloe, come to Mommy and Uncle Leo. Don't be afraid of him, sweetie. He's not fit to be your father.
I watched him, a look of pure pity on my face. Then, I reached into the duffel bag at my feet and pulled out 2 items. The first was a small, wooden memorial plaque, engraved with Chloe's name. She's right here, I said. The room froze. Everyone stared at the plaque, their expressions shifting from confusion to horror. Leo stormed towards me, his face contorted in a mask of outrage.
Are you sick? What is wrong with you? We told you to bring Chloe, not a goddamn memorial plaque. She's not dead. Do you wish she was dead? What kind of father are you? Ava was right, you're unfit.
The crowd murmured in agreement, looking at me with disgust, taking a collective step back, as if I were insane. Mr. Liu was shaking with fury.
This has gone too far. Letting Ava marry you was a mistake. Letting you raise Chloe was an even bigger one. Where are you hiding her? Tell me right now, or I'm calling the police.
You want to know where she is? I said, placing the plaque on a nearby table. I turned toward the grand entrance, clapped my hands, and shouted, All right, bring her in. Every head in the room turned. 8 men in black suits walked in, carrying a small, dark mahogany casket on their shoulders. I saw the color drain from Ava's face. Mr. Liu looked like he was about to have a heart attack.
Ethan, have you completely lost your mind? You.
We're not done, I said and clapped again. Another group of men entered, carrying another casket, then another, and another, all thanks to the $10,000 Ava had so thoughtfully provided. Reporters from the city paper, drawn by the spectacle of a Liu family event, were now pushing their way in, cameras flashing. As casket after casket was brought into the opulent hall, the guests stood frozen, their faces pale with shock and confusion. They had never seen anything like it. The family, Leo included, started shouting for security to throw me out.
This is madness. A coffin at a birthday party.
I ignored them. Raising my voice over the din, I commanded the pallbearers, Open them. With a series of loud thuds, the men placed the caskets on the floor and unlatched the lids. I pointed to the first, smallest casket. This one, I yelled at Ava, my voice echoing in the suddenly silent hall, is for your daughter, Chloe. Inside, resting on a bed of velvet, was a simple urn. These are her ashes.
You're insane.
Ava screamed, her face a mask of disbelief and horror. I ignored her, moving to the next casket. This one is her memorial. I moved to the third. These are the clothes she wore in her last swim meet. And the fourth. These are her favorite ballet slippers she ever owned. This is her last school portrait. How could you do this to her? How could you let her die? Every single one of these caskets holds a piece of the daughter you threw away.
Shut up. You're insane. Ethan, you're insane.
Ava shrieked, Leo echoing her, both of them looking like they wanted to tear me to pieces. I met their rage with a grim smile. Chloe, my sweet girl, I thought, I will get justice for you.
When are you going to stop this act?
Ava screamed.
Just to make a point against Leo?
I just laughed, a hollow, broken sound. An act? You still think this is an act? Why don't you call your assistant? Why are you so afraid to find out the truth? Do you think I would do this, ruin your father's party, if it wasn't real? Her face twitched. A seed of genuine terror had finally been planted. She scrambled for her phone and frantically dialed.
Nancy.
She commanded, her eyes locked on me.
Find my daughter.
Now.
I don't care what it takes. Do it.
There was a pause. The voice on the other end, though faint, delivered a message that made Ava's entire body go rigid. She sank to her knees.
What?
She whispered into the phone.
What are you talking about? How is that possible?
The guests couldn't hear the conversation, but they saw the change in Ava. They saw the matriarch of the Liu family crumble.
Ava, what is it?
Her father demanded.
What happened to Chloe? Did this monster do something to her?
But Ava didn't hear him. She was in her own world of horror.
Why, Nancy?
She sobbed into the phone.
Why didn't you tell me? Why am I only hearing about this now when I ask? Is this how you do your job? You're fired.
Nancy's reply must have been sharp, because Ava flinched.
That day, you told me to ignore anything to do with your husband or Chloe.
Nancy must have said.
You said you had to be with Leo to take care of your cat. You said you didn't have time for your husband's jealous games. If that's a fireable offense, then I quit.
Those words, even unheard by the rest of us, were the final blow. Ava's composure shattered completely. She dropped the phone, her body trembling violently. The powerful CEO was gone, replaced by a broken woman. Leo rushed to her side, tried to hold her.
Ava, what is it? What happened?
She shoved him away, her voice a strangled whisper as she looked at me.
That day. You weren't lying? It was real. Chloe needed the medicine?
A bitter, tear-filled laugh escaped my lips. What answer are you hoping for, Ava? That she's still alive? Is that even possible? If she were alive, do you think I would be here with your $10,000 worth of caskets? The last bit of strength left her. She collapsed, crawling on her hands and knees towards the urn and the memorial plaque. She picked them up with shaking hands, her gaze fixed on Chloe's smiling portrait as tears streamed down her face. A wail of pure, animal grief escaped her lips.
Why?
Why would Chloe die? Why?
She cried.
I'm sorry, my baby. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was real. I didn't know.
Mr. Liu, his face ashen, finally understood.
Ava, is it true? Chloe, she's really gone? This isn't a sick joke?
The truth settled over the room like a shroud. I looked around at all of them, my voice ringing out cold and clear. Chloe was killed. She was killed by your very own Ava Liu. The day of her swim meet, Ava abandoned her for Leo Vance because his cat had a broken leg. She ran off to save a cat and left our daughter to die of stroke. I found them in a hotel, cooing over that animal while my daughter's life slipped away. For a cat, Ava Liu murdered my daughter. I begged her for the medicine. I got on my knees and begged. She and Leo laughed at me. They called me a liar. She chose to believe him over her own husband. She chose his cat over her own child. And now my daughter, a brilliant, talented girl who was going to be scouted by Stanford, is dead. My voice filled the vast, silent room. No one moved. No one spoke. Mr. Liu seemed to age a decade in that single moment. A grandchild with so much promise, gone, because of his own daughter's catastrophic failure.
Unforgivable.
He whispered, looking at Ava, but the fire had gone out of him. He couldn't even bring himself to yell.
Ava, how could you? It was just a cat. How could you?
Ava could only sob, her head in her hands.
I didn't know.
She choked out.
I swear, I didn't know it was real.
Her negligence killed our daughter. I continued, my voice relentless. Her distrust killed our daughter. All those years, Ava, I put up with everything for Chloe. Every time Leo called and you ran out the door, I swallowed my pride for Chloe. I thought I could hold our family together for her. She was my breaking point, and you crossed it. I am done. I am so done with you. No, not done. I'm in despair. The words poured out of me, a torrent of pain and rage held back for years. By the time I finished, I didn't realize that I, too, was crying. My furious tirade finally broke through Ava's grief, replacing it with the crushing weight of guilt.
I'm sorry.
She whispered.
I have nothing to say. I'm sorry, Chloe. I deserve to die.
She knelt before the small caskets, before the portrait of our daughter, gently tracing the frame with a trembling finger. Tears fell from her eyes, spotting the glass like raindrops on a memory we could never reclaim. A fresh wave of rage surged through me. I rushed forward and slapped her hand away. Get away from her. I snarled. You don't have the right to touch her picture. You don't have the right to touch her ashes. You killed her. How dare you pretend to be a grieving mother? Where's your precious cat? I spat. That was your only connection to Leo, wasn't it? A life more valuable than Chloe's. Go be with your cat. Don't you dare act like you were ever a real mother to her. You threw away her only chance to live. You denied her the medicine. You don't deserve her. Each word was a hammer blow. All she could do was weep. Do you know what she said to me? I asked, my voice dropping to a raw whisper. Right before she died, she asked me if Mommy didn't love her anymore. If Mommy only loved the cat and Uncle Leo. That broke her completely. She convulsed with sobs, unable to speak, unable to breathe.
That's enough, man.
Leo finally stepped forward, finding his courage.
She's the one who lost a daughter. Don't you think she's in pain? She carried Chloe for 9 months. Do you think she's not devastated? Why do you have to keep twisting the knife?
He took a step closer, his face a mask of self-righteousness.
And let's be real. Putting the facts aside for a moment, aren't you, the father, also to blame? You couldn't save her. It's your failure, too. It's pathetic how you shift all the responsibility to Ava.
I looked at him and smiled, a terrifying, empty smile. Good. I was hoping you'd open your mouth. Today we settle everything. I'd had enough of this manipulative parasite. In front of our daughter's ashes, I would not be humiliated again. I grabbed the heavy mahogany lid from one of the caskets and swung it like a bat, crashing it into his face. He flew backward, spitting blood. I wasn't finished. I raised the lid again, my vision turning red.
Ethan, stop.
Ava screamed. I froze, turning to her in disbelief. Now, even now, you're protecting him? He's the reason Chloe is dead.
It wasn't his fault.
She cried.
I killed her. It was me.
I let out a wild, grief-stricken laugh. I looked at Chloe's portrait. See, sweetie, I want to smash his skull in, and your mother, your pathetic mother, is still defending him. It seems I never stood a chance against her precious Leo. I dropped the coffin lid with a deafening crash. Let's get a divorce, I said, my voice eerily calm. I'm restraining every impulse in my body not to kill you both right now, because I need to stay alive, for my daughter, to see the world for her. The divorce papers will be sent to your lawyer. You and your boy toy can continue your sordid little affair. Goodbye. I motioned to the men I'd hired. Under the shocked and silent gazes of everyone in the room, we collected Chloe's remains and walked out. Behind me, I heard Ava's desperate, broken cry.
I don't want a divorce. Don't leave me, Ethan. I don't want to lose you.
That's not your choice to make anymore. I called back without turning around. I took Chloe home, not to the sterile, ostentatious world of the Lius, but to my family's small plot of land upstate. Our family may not have their fortune, but we have our own place to rest. I sat by her grave for 3 days and 3 nights without eating or drinking. A neighbor found me, delirious and on the verge of collapse, and took me to the local clinic. In my feverish sleep, I saw Chloe's smiling face. When I woke, Ava was sitting by the hospital bed.
Ethan.
She said softly.
You didn't send the divorce papers. I knew you wouldn't. I knew you couldn't leave me.
I shook my head. I was unconscious for 3 days. The hope drained from her face.
No.
She pleaded.
Please don't. Ethan, I can't lose you. I swear, nothing happened with Leo. We never slept together.
She held up 2 fingers.
I swear.
I laughed. So, there are different shades of cheating now. Emotional betrayal doesn't count. It's over, Ava. The papers will be delivered today. You can have everything. I'm walking away with nothing, except Chloe's belongings. You don't deserve to have a single thing of hers. I stood up to leave, ignoring her heartbroken sobs.
Give me another chance, Ethan, please.
She begged.
I think I think Chloe would want us to be together.
Fine, I said, my voice like gravel. Bring her back to life. I walked out the door and didn't look back. She didn't try to stop me. She knew she had finally, irrevocably lost me. I drove to the coast and stood on a cliff overlooking the ocean, holding Chloe's picture. Look, sweetie, I whispered to the wind. It's the ocean. I brought you to see it. And your mother, I made her pay. She will live with the pain of what she did until the day she dies. That is her punishment. I got justice for you, Chloe. And Uncle Leo? I put him in the hospital for 3 months. Turns out your old dad has a temper after all. I moved to a different state, got a new job, and slowly began to piece my life back together. 3 years later, I heard news about Lou Global. After the disastrous 70th birthday party, Mr. Lou's health had declined rapidly. He passed away within a year. Ava took over as CEO, but not long after, she was in a horrific car accident. Karma, I thought. Then, I got a call from an unknown number. I'd blocked every number I ever associated with Ava. But it was Nancy, her former assistant, calling from her personal cell. Ava was on the line.
Ethan.
She said, her voice a weak rasp.
It's me. It's been 3 years. I know you haven't forgiven me. I'm dying, Ethan. The accident. It was my karma. The complications are killing me. Before I go, could you bring Chloe's picture and come see me? One last time? I want to see you. And Chloe.
My reply was the same as it had been 3 years ago. You don't deserve it. I hung up and blocked the number. But a week later, Nancy was waiting for me outside my office.
Mr. Miller, I found you.
She said, out of breath.
Our president. She wants to see you. It really is the last time.
She showed me a video on her phone. The woman in the hospital bed was skeletal, a ghost of the vibrant, powerful Ava I had known. Nancy was crying.
After you divorced her, she and Leo got together, but her heart was never in it. It was always with you. He was just after her money. When she found out, he arranged the accident. He tried to kill her, but she held on. She told me she had to stay alive to see you one more time. But she can't hold on much longer. The accident destroyed her kidneys. She's in total organ failure. I know you hate her.
Nancy pleaded.
But you knew each other for so long. For my sake, please, go see her.
I don't know why, but I agreed. In the hospital room, she looked like a dried leaf, a husk. But when she saw me, a faint light sparked in her sunken eyes.
You came.
She whispered. I came.
This is what Chloe wanted, isn't it? What you wanted.
I said nothing.
I knew Leo didn't love me.
She rasped.
I knew he was just after money. He broke the cat's leg on purpose that day. Then, he killed it later to make the car accident look more believable. He's the one who truly killed Chloe. I used my remaining influence to have him sent to a labor camp in Africa. I heard he didn't last long.
I listened, unmoved. Leo's fate meant nothing to me. It wouldn't bring Chloe back. She saw the coldness in my eyes and coughed, a spray of blood dotting the white sheets. I didn't move to help her.
This is my penance.
She whispered with a grim smile.
But I'm luckier than Chloe. At least I get to see you one last time.
She paused. Stop. I said, my voice hard. You don't get to say her name. She nodded weakly.
Okay. I won't. Please. Don't go. Ethan.
She said, her voice barely audible.
I just have to ask, is there any part of you that still loves me? If I could live.
For a fleeting second, I thought that if I said yes, she might rally, might find the strength to hold on a little longer. But for Chloe, I could not lie. I shook my head. The light in her eyes dimmed.
I see.
She sighed.
Of course not. Then my second question. Can you ever forgive me?
My face was a mask of stone. I shook my head again. Never. Don't think that because you're dying, I will ever forgive you. The light faded further. She was barely breathing.
Okay.
She whispered.
I understand. It's what I deserve.
She coughed again, another trickle of blood.
Ethan. One last question. If there is a next life, would you give me another chance? To love you again? To make it up to you and to Chloe?
Her eyes held a final, desperate glimmer of hope. It's funny, I thought, how people only seek redemption when they're out of time. As if a promise for a hypothetical future could erase the sins of the past. The image of Chloe dying in my arms flashed in my mind, while Ava was laughing with Leo. I looked down at the dying woman who was once my wife. In the next life, Ava, I said, my voice flat and devoid of all emotion, I hope we never meet. And in the next life, Chloe will be my daughter and mine alone. She will have nothing to do with you. For this life, and for every life to come, I will never, ever forgive you. Her eyes went wide with shock. The heart monitor beside her bed, which had been beeping weakly, flatlined into a single, unending tone. Nancy and a nurse rushed in, shouting at me, asking what I'd said. I just turned and walked away. Behind me, Ava lay on the bed, her eyes wide open, staring at a future she would never have.